So this comes to us from Gateway Pundit. White House reveals over $100 million in taxpayer cash laundered to Democrat donations funneled to Antifa-linked orgs and protest networks. Now, I'm going to pretty much read most of this today because I think it's that important. During a White House roundtable on Wednesday, President Donald Trump met with an independent journalist and researchers who directly encountered Antifa's violence. Among the panelists was Seamus Bruner, research director at the Government Accountability Institute, who described the administration's whole of government crackdown now underway. President Trump has taken it very seriously, he said. This is not just a story about violence and chaos, as you alluded to, Mr. President. This is a money story. At the Government Accountability Institute, my colleague Peter Schweitzer and I, along with our team, followed the money. And we followed it to the top of what we call the Protest Industrial Complex, or Riot, Inc. Bruner laid out shocking findings from GAI's research, revealing that over $100 million has flowed through radical networks connected to Antifa and similar groups, including at least $4 million in U.S. taxpayer cash. That's right, you and I, we've been paying for these people to burn our flag, burn our buildings, protest, break in places. We've been paying for this. What? Yeah, it gets worse. He noted that these networks bankroll bail funds and activist legal groups that help violent offenders return to the streets within hours of arrest, perpetrating an endless protest cycle in Democrat-run cities like Portland, Seattle, Chicago, and a bunch more, sadly. GAI investigations, Bruner said, have uncovered patterns of paid transportation, coordinated logistics, like the guy that drove up with gas masks he handed out for free, and exploitation of homeless individuals, all tied to left-wing funding pipelines that stretch across states. Perhaps most damning, Bruner revealed that the U.S. taxpayer funds have been, it's going to get worse. And I'm going to change the subject, and it's going to get worse.